Diary of a Clicker. Good evening, Interworld. Sergeant Slack here from Banana Bomb Productions. We're back in World of Warcraft for this, episode 12 of Diary of a Clicker. Now, patch point 5.1 has come out, which has brought some changes. And of course, they're not all good. Intimidating Shout has been put up to 1.5 minute cooldown from 60 seconds. That sucks. Glyph of Gag Order has been removed for PvP, so that's no good. Don't need that anymore. And what's the other major one? So we got no silences. Our avatar's been changed, so there are no longer grants immunity to movement impairing effects, but it does break them, which is good. Other minor warrior changes: execute has been capped to your personal health, which is, I'm not sure if it's only regarding the vengeance talent, but it's been designed, allegedly Blizzard say, to stop that from happening. Now, I did say in the last episode that we were going to do something different for episode 11, and I've been watching a guy here on YouTube called Haptic Wow, who's been showcasing Prot PvP, and he's been doing an awesome job at it, and it's made me sort of realise that I maybe want to have a go at Prot PvP and see what it's like. So we're going to go for Battle of Temple of Kotmogu. We're going to queue up for that. Now, the main thing that's going around, and Swifty's done a video on this already, is if you look at Bladestorm hits for 240% weapon damage when you're in Prot. If I swap out to my primary spec for a second, you will see that it only does 120% weapon damage. So it doubles the weapon damage of Bladestorm. So this leads to some pretty big numbers. So I've macroed this in. I've changed my old Bluter macro and I've done a tank Bluter. So this is my Bluter macro, does all these good things and then casts Bladestorm at the end of it. Except it doesn't, because I don't use Bladestorm in that. But anyway, tank Bladestorm. So you're going to be fighting in your defensive weapons. You're going to be fighting with sword and shield, or axe and shield, or whatever and shield. Fist, weapon and shield. Rah! You're going to be fighting with that, because if I swap out to my two-hander, you can see the only thing I can really use is charge and revenge. And that's no good for anyone. That's not going to do any damage. So reduction in damage is... oh, frig off. Reduction in damage is pretty damn high, to be honest. Hardly anything hits for over 20k. Revenge is pretty good. It can hit for up to 40-50k. But, yeah, no good. So this is my tank Bluter macro. Does all this damage. Switch. So I'll show you what it is. Enough of this talk. Damage-wise, it's not good, to be entirely honest. Your focus as a Prot PvP tank is not on doing damage. It's on mitigating damage. So since the last one, I have been paying close attention to my gems. I have swapped all my gems over to be PvP power, apart from the dual crafty ones, because they're massive of strength. So I've swapped over to be PvP power on these things, and no strength. So in the past, you were able to use your PvP gear to PvE. Now, it's not happening really. It's sort of... there we go. See, big numbers, 11k. But if I use my macro, boom! Come on, Bladestorm it up. Look at those numbers. Some 80k's in there. Bit of dodging, which is not good. And then switch back to these. Carry on doing my damage. 45k. That's pretty good. Bit of lag, 60k. That's good for Prot. For the amount of mitigation you've got, that's pretty damn awesome. So keybinds wise, for Prot PvP, I've tried to overlay basically what I had going on in my arms PvP stance. So the idea is my workflow hasn't really changed, or my playflow as it were, hasn't really changed. The idea is I still charge in, I still go for a Devastate, which is what I would be hitting Mortal Strike with. I'm still using Shield Slam where Overpower would be. I've got Revenge where Colossus Slash would be, because that's a one-time and then come back to it sort of thing. It's got a long cooldown like that. And a lot of them, my other things, Victory Rush, Heroic Strike, and Execute don't change. In terms of Prot PvE, what I've changed here is I've added Second Wind in, whereas I'd be rocking with Impending Victory for PvE Prot. I've swapped Bladestorm in instead of Shockwave, which I'd be rocking for PvP Prot. Mass Spell Reflection I still rock in PvE Prot. And Stormbolt I would add in. So Stormbolt is useful in PvE. It's a lot more useful than Avatar, to be entirely honest, for PvE. But in PvP, Avatar, to get those big numbers up, Avatar, it's got to be Avatar. Avatar's also useful for breaking roots and snares. So you may not want to pop damage when you're under heavy fire and you're just at the ramp and Warsong and you're about to head up there. But, really useful for getting out of snares. So you can pop it, you can take it off, and you can just get out of those snares. Really handy for that. I mean, Haptic WoW has been a great influence on me in doing this. He's set it all out really well. So it's in, get 3 Devastates down, get a Revenge in, Ultimatum will proc, and then just rinse and repeat for Sword and Board. The other thing is with the Heavy Repercussions talent, if I use Spell Block, then I'm getting more damage. So what am I getting when it procs at the moment? Come on, proc. I think if I use you, you'll proc a bit better. So Shield Slam damage, 20k, nothing massively over the top goodness. Parry. Shouldn't be parrying things. I should have enough that you don't. Oh no, you're Raiders trading dummy, aren't you? That'll be why, Slack. That'll be why. So when it procs, I mean, it's still only 13. If I stick shield block on, then what am I getting off it? It's supposed to hit for 50% more. So I should be seeing greater than 20k. Come on. Come on. Give me a big number. No, it's still about 20k. Well, there we go. So let's jump into a battleground and see how it goes. That's a rough outline of my keybinds, what I'm doing here. The other normal thing that's been opened, congrats for you. One of my members of the guild has managed to drop a Brawlgar invite from a rare elite in Krasnarang Wilds when he was out there doing the dailies. Dailies out there, of course, have been added in 5.1, as well as the upgrade system. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. So, unupgraded piece of gear is level 458, and 600 roughly strength. Upgraded gear is 666, satanic strength from the upgraded gear. And your eye level goes from 458 to 466. So for the dreadful stuff, it's going to cost you 1500 honor points. For your malevolent stuff, it's going to cost you 750 conquest points, which I have actually, but you can upgrade these twice. So it's gone up to eye level 487 from eye level, I can't remember because I've only got one piece of conquest gear at this point in time. And the number one change in prop PvP over arms or fury PvP is playstyle. Now, I noticed that I was doing a lot of tanky things in Battlegrounds. I was trying to run the flag, I was getting the orbs in Kotmogu, I was doing all that kind of stuff, and I had no resilience, and it just wasn't going well. If I was going to properly do this, I would regem for resilience instead of PvP power. But I'm gemmed for PvP power because I'm just trying this out. I'm just going to see how it goes and see if I'm going to have some fun doing it. So in this battleground in the past, whereas I'd be riding out as DPS to try and get a return on one of the opposition's orbs, now I'm trying to get one of our orbs and I'm trying to hold on to it. I'm trying to hold on to it and I'm trying to get those victory points. I'm not trying to... The damage buff is also pretty useful. That's why I've chosen this over Warsong. Is damage buff from that stuff is just awesome. I'm friggin' have that. Thank you very much. And so people know, I'm gonna tank up, and then people know what I'm doing. Get up, get in, and right, let's just do it. Let's just blow those cooldowns straight off. Straight into Avatar Bladestorm, one flag return, and then the problem with this, of course, is it's not strong against warriors. The warrior there disarmed me straight away, ruined it, but I did manage to get a flag return in. Get some damage done. I want to get disarming on this warrior. Spell Reflect on to help everyone. You can still put pressure on people. I mean, this is the good thing as Prot. I can still be in here. I can still be doing damage on this druid. I'm just taking a lot more damage. If I was arms right now, I'd be dead. It's as simple as that. Whereas as it is, I'm quite happy. I can receive healing. We can do well. I can use my talents that I've got and put in a bit of damage back on those other people. Oh, Resto Druid, you picked the wrong time to come down here, man. Don't taunt him, Slack. You don't need to taunt him. No need to talk him. So I'm staying down here. I'm doing damage. I mean, look at that, 80k. 80k as Prot compared to what I was doing earlier. That's awesome. Disarm you. Get in there. I've also, the major change that I've made to my keybinds is, because I no longer have Shockwave down there on C, I've swapped it over to be my defensive cooldown. So in the past, I've always been clicking over here. Now I can safely do that. Let's veer them off and let's go and get some awesome mage on the go. Do some damage. So with the increased damage that I get from this, damage done. Oh, no. See. Ah, too slow. I was talking instead of playing. God damn. Oh, a few of my guild doing Shaw there. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, and Milislav, a warrior in my guild, who's been really helpful, to be entirely honest. He's helped me a lot with playing a warrior and getting better. And yeah, he's managed to get from a rare mob and down in Krasarang. He's got the Brawlers Guild stuff. He's been doing that. Hopefully he can get me in when he's at level 8. But he's been saying it's a lot of fun. It is surprisingly fun doing that PvE thing. But he has been out there farming those rares a lot more than I am. I mean, my warrior for me has always been a PvP character. And that's the way it goes. So we're dominating quite a lot in this one. 400 to 160. It's not so late that it could still all go wrong. And oh yay, come on, I'm marked as tank. Let me carry the orbs. Okay, you carry the orb. I'll just stand around uselessly not doing any damage. I mean, this is the thing, this is much better for more of an RGB, or occasionally if you want to do something a little different in Battlegrounds, then it's good for that. And in the arena, sorry, that is good for surprising people. But to be honest, you're not going to be doing masses of damage. So is it really that useful for arena? I doubt it. It's good to occasionally, because people are like, oh, kill a warrior, get on the warrior, and you've got a load of resilience, you've got a load of mitigation, you're just not dying. So it's good for that. If I can see its place in 3v3 or 5v5 more than 2v2. But I am thinking of pairing up 2v2 with a hunter, or maybe with a lock or a druid, and seeing what we could do. So basically I go in there pretending to be arms and then just tank my way through all the stuff. Could do with an orb return, but you can see with the orbs you get a damage buff, damage done by 80%, damage taken by 240. But that just stacks and stacks and stacks. That's how... Hello? Oh, there we go. That's how Swifty was going for his 100 million damage recently, was stacking the damage of the orbs with damage done by other things. Yeah, come on. Come at me. I'm just sitting here. You're not hardly doing any damage. It's fine. Have we got... I really want one of you guys to die. I know you're on my team, but... So there we go. You saw a bit of the damage that could be done. And this is the ultimate one. Damage done. I'm still up there. I did better than Mass Trouble, and I doubt he's PvP. I doubt he's Prot, sorry. But you can see up at the top that the deepsers are still doing the deeps. Down here, I mean, mid-table ain't that bad, to be honest. Mid-table ain't that bad. So you can get me, if you like topping the damage charts, this isn't the one for you. But if you like winning Battlegrounds rather than topping damage charts, then this could be for you. Hey, I'm not saying go out and do it, I'm saying give it a try. One more time, let's see those big numbers. Ooh, 80, 80, 80. I mean, look at that. If you drop that in, as well as being able to mitigate damage and hold a tank down, it's just good news. It's good news all around, basically. Let's get a bit of a shield block active, see if I can... I don't know if that macro is actually working. It doesn't seem to be blocking. And then, of course, I can be straight onto my defensive cooldowns, and I'm still doing a fair whack of damage. It's getting in there, it's getting it down. So, there we go. This is Sergeant Slack from Banana Bomb Productions saying thanks very much for joining me for this episode 12 of Diary of a Clicker, Prot PvP. I suggest you get out there and give it a go. Comment, like, subscribe if you did, and I will catch you next time. Ta-ra!